The Account View suite of software is a web-based system and is accessed from any HTML5 compliant browser. The first step is to verify that your system is connected to the internet and have an active internet connection. On your system, open your favorite HTML5 compliant browser. Enter the following URL to start: www.kissms.co.za/mo.html. The Account View opening screen opens and shows some menu options for signing in or to change language. The language of the page name, as pointed out, is an indication of the present language, which may be either Arabic or English. The preferred language setting is preserved and will remain the preferred language until changed by the user. To select Arabic language, click on Arabic. The Account View system language will change to the selected language, in this case Arabic. After signing in, it will remain the language throughout all the pages in the system. To change the language again, you must sign out of the system on which this page and menu options is displayed again. To change the language selection back to English, click on the menu item marked as English. The Account View system language will change to the English language throughout all the modules of the system. We will continue with this language selection for the rest of this training session. We will now enter the signing in page to continue to the registration of new user page. The Account View signing in page display a link to the new user registration page. This is one of the options that we will cover in this session. The limited access warning message is displayed. The purpose of this message is to discourage non-Ministry of Electricity visitors from continuing to the registration pages. Select the OK button to continue to the registration page. The user registration page allows any new user to provide registration information within the system. The user registration process is a two-step process. At first, the new user must enter his email address. The email address is important and will be used to send system communications, password reset links and so on. Enter the user's email address in this field. And select this button to continue. The system now verify that the entered email address is not already registered. If so, a warning message is displayed, and the user gets the opportunity to re-enter the email address. Continue to fill out all the fields of the registration form as indicated. Number of identification within the Ministry of Electricity. Select title from the drop-down list. Selection of title is mandatory. Select designation or official designation or position from the drop-down list. Selection of designation is mandatory. First name. This field is mandatory. Last name. This field is mandatory. Nickname. This name is intended to be a shortened version of the username that is used for identification purposes throughout the system. This field is mandatory. Contact number. This field is mandatory. Enter password of your choice here. The password together with the username is used for signing into the system. This field is mandatory. Enter the image text here. This is for security purposes and determines that it is actually a human being that is entering data into the form. This field is mandatory. Select this button to complete the registration process. All data entered is now being verified to confirm that input data meet predetermined requirements. We have intentionally entered a bad value for the contact number field to demonstrate how the system requests correction of data. In this case, we should have entered 2 zeros and not a plus sign. Select the OK button to continue. Edit or retype with corrected data. And select the Continue Registration button again. The data verification is done again. A confirmation message is displayed to confirm that registration data was accepted, and that initial registration has been concluded. Select the OK button to close the notification. At this point, the initial process of new user registration has been completed. The system administrator will receive a notification of a new user registration. The user will then be allowed onto the system with his or her appropriate user rights. This brings us to the end of the user registration section. Password reset is another often used function of the user security system. It is accessed from the Signing In window. On the Account View opening page, select the Sign In menu item. The Signing In window opens. Select the Password Reset option link. The limited access warning message is displayed. The purpose of this message is to discourage non-Ministry of Electricity visitors from continuing to the password reset page. Select the OK button to continue to the password reset page. The Account View Password Reset page opens and displays all the required fields to initialize the password reset process. The first step is to enter the username, which is actually the user's registered email address, into this area. This field is mandatory. Enter the image text here. This is for security purposes and determines that it is actually a human being that is entering data into the form. This field is mandatory. Finally, select the Password Reset button. The Account View Password Reset system do verification on the input data. If the entered email address does not exist in the system, a warning message is displayed, and the user gets another opportunity to enter the correct email address. If the image text was wrongly entered, the system will show a warning message. A new image will be generated and displayed, giving the user another opportunity to enter the verification number. On passing the data verification tests, an email containing a password reset link is sent to the entered email address. This link remains valid for 24 hours, after which it expires and becomes unusable. Select the OK button to close the notification and continue. The next step is to open your email application and open the email received from webadmin@kissms.co.za. This is the email that was previously requested using the reset password function. The link included in the email will take you directly to the page from where the actual password change will be done. Select this link to open the password reset window. Depending on the email application, it may be necessary to copy and paste the link into your browser. On selection of the link, the password reset page is loading. This page opens and displays all the required fields to finalize the password reset process. Enter the username, which is the user's email address, into this area. This field is mandatory. Enter the new password. This field is mandatory. Enter the image text here. This is for security purposes and determines that it is actually a human being that is entering data into the form. This field is mandatory. Select the password reset button. The account view password reset system do verification on all the data entered in the input data fields. If the entered email address does not exist in the system, a warning message is displayed and the user gets another opportunity to enter the correct email address. If the password is too short or contains illegal characters, the system will show a warning message and the user gets another opportunity to enter the new password. If the image text was wrongly entered, the system will show a warning message. A new image will be generated and displayed, giving the user another opportunity to enter the verification number. On passing all the data verification tests, the system is updated with the new password. It is immediately active and do not need any confirmation from the system administrator. A confirmation is shown as soon as the update process has been successfully completed. Select the OK button to close the confirmation and continue. This section will show how to log in and proceed to open the various modules of the system. It is assumed that the user registration has been completed and that the user was confirmed to have access onto the system. Select the Sign In menu item. The user sign-in page opens with its familiar fields and links. Enter the username, which is the user's email address, into this area. This field is mandatory. Enter the password into this area. This field is mandatory. Select the Sign In button. The account view system security will verify the validity of the username and password and a corresponding response will be generated. If successful, the system will also set the user's table of access rights that will determine which modules and functions are enabled for the user. Select the OK button to continue. The account view main system page will now be opened. Menu items are enabled according to the allowed access rights has been allocated to the user. This brings us to the end of this training video. Thank you for taking part in this training program.